Hi everyone. Today's clip will be very likely in two parts, and I want to talk a bit about partnerships and relationships. Please note that anything I record here are my thoughts and my perceptions only. Partnerships come in various forms and shapes. We can partner with someone to physically complete a task or financially because it's less of a burden, or to do good for a company or a group of people, or just to live a life together, hopefully in bliss. Each partnership comes with some socially and personally agreed upon or written agreements. When we choose a life partner, the agreement is a bit more detailed and comes with nuances and added flavors of each individual's backgrounds, religion, family members, friends, associates, work life, physical or mental challenges, etc. So those are the very obvious, the things that we see or get introduced the very early stages of relationship. We also see how the person deals with these issues and tasks and their tendencies, how do they deal with things. If the life partnership has been approached with both parties having a pure heart towards one another and not for frivolous reasons like sex or money and so on, they're getting into the relationship with pretty much unconditional love, meaning regardless of where you come from, where you have been, what you have been doing, and all the baggage you currently come with, I still love and cherish you. And I know because of the strong bond through love that we will conquer anything that we come across. The unspoken yet agreed upon components of these relationships then at first are mutual trust in everything, because without trusting your life partner 100% in all areas of life, a lot can creep into the relationship that was not there before. And one major example is jealousy. It should be remembered that the relationship is between the two of you, united towards outside, not the two of you in doubt while dealing with external factors. Jealousy or arguments about external factors of any kind doesn't show up if we have trust and confidence in our partner. It is just an external circumstance that we can communicate and we resolve it. Just to sidetrack a bit, I've seen that one partner will say to the other, I trust you, but I don't trust the other person's intentions. And this is to justify their jealousy, of course. If you think of this scenario for a second, you will see that is only showing mistrust in your partner. What you're saying is that you have no willpower of your own, and the other person may and can do whatever they want. So you being so weak, I don't trust you, right? And I don't want you to, so you shouldn't be talking to this person or being alone with this person anywhere. So which brings us to second unspoken agreement, which is conversation. We have unfortunately forgotten what this art is about. We come into a dialogue with our minds already made up. And because of that, we can only hear through that particular filter. This is not a theory, but fact, and there have been many experiments where they suggest a phrase to the audience and they play an audio. And everyone can only hear the phrase that they were originally given or suggested. Then they provide a second phrase suggestion and play the exact same audio, and this time everyone can only hear the second phrase. How is this possible? It's due to the fact that they made up their mind in what they will be hearing and nothing more. This fact in conversation is devastatingly important because it will literally make or break your relationship over time or immediately. Don't come to a conversation knowing how it's going to turn out. I have heard this more than I can count, that, oh, I know how she or he will react. And they act out the whole thing. This also works when people set to have a conversation at work, or worse yet, in a job interview, for example. If you know how anything is going to turn out, you will make yourself right. Come to a conversation with love, understanding, and being willing to change in an area for better if required. If you're coming into a conversation with issues you've been bottling up from past weeks or months or years, you can be sure that you're only going to fight to win because you feel as if you were defeated before. Each issue, each time, must be individually addressed without being tainted by other subjects and resolved through love, logic, and understanding. If you fake an agreement, you can be sure that you will be festering in anger for a very long time. Even small issues that are not handled at the time and come to an agreement with become heavier than a mountain. Imagine physically holding up any object that weighs nothing more than a few grams. Due to a small weight, you may be able to hold it up for a long period of time. But it won't be too long throughout the day that you're going to say, I'm getting tired of holding this object, and will feel heavier the longer you hold it. Not because it actually gained weight, but because you physically and mentally lost strength due to the length of time you were holding on to it. The same law applies to our minds. When we hold something for too long, it becomes heavier and heavier. Now imagine after a few hours or few days of holding on to the object, you added another one, either heavier or equal weight, and now continued holding both objects. Chances are that you will get tired faster now. The same with subjects in mind. The more you add, the quicker you will lose your patience and the faster you're triggered. The worst part of that, due to all your holding and not because of the actual life situations that you're in right now, life looks bleak, you lose the zest for life, and this will mentally and now very definitely physically will impact you. More to come in part 2. Like and follow for more. Be the light.